The best Instagram automation software. Finally guys, it's out. What so many of you have been waiting for, the automation software has finally been launched. A lot of you guys know about Rocket Grow, and this new automation software is basically Rocket Grow 2.0, but now goes under the name Follow You. Now, you might be wondering why they decided to relaunch the entire software and the entire brand, and the reason for that is, first of all, when it comes to Instagram, it's really important that the software that is being used is up to date on the Instagram algorithm. And for that reason, since this software launched like 2 days ago, it's up to date on the algorithm and everything is working smoothly. The reason though that they rather relaunch than update the previous software is because they ran into some issues with Facebook ads or Facebook, which enabled them to run campaigns under the same name or brand. I'm not 100% sure that's the exact reason. I'm not the owner of the company, I'm just good friends with the owners, but that is basically a short explanation of why. That being said though, they did not relaunch because the previous software got shut down. Rocket Grow did not get shut down, it's still working, you just cannot become a client of Rocket Grow anymore. That being said, enough chit-chatting, let's have a look at this new software and what it has installed for us. Alright guys, so we are on my computer as you can see, and this is the landing page. Generate more leads and sales 24/7 by using the power of automation. So I'm just going to scroll down. These are the two packages. It's 35 bucks or 45 bucks, and that's for one account per month. It's pretty affordable. So these are the two packages that you can choose from. These are both with one account per month, manage one account. And the difference between the two is that this one activates boost. As you can see, the follow you boosted option will allow any user to increase the speed of their engagement. Basically, this is the simplest and safest way to grow your following rapidly without being throttled for safety purposes. So it's just better and for only 10 bucks less. So go with this one if you're going to choose between those two. Now the bigger packages are right here are for more accounts, manage up to 6 accounts, and this one is the same with boost. So it's 4 different packages basically. Now if we scroll down here, you can see what everything has installed for us. Basically some of the things that the software allows you to do. Now the first one is targeting users posting content with specific hashtags. So you can target people, for example, like and comment, follow and unfollow people who use specific hashtags. So you can find people based on their niche basically, which is really important. Now I'm not going to go through all of them, you can look for yourself, but these are some really powerful tools that you can be using inside the software. And as you can see, it looks pretty much basically like Rocket Grow did on the inside. So it's super easy to use, and they've got videos explaining everything, how it works as well. Now some of these things are pretty basic, but some of them are really cool as well. For example, this one, choose to interact with media, which has at least a number of likes. So for example, you can choose to interact with images that have only less than 500 likes. Now the reason this is powerful is because you don't want to interact with an image that has 2,000 likes, because nobody is going to notice your like. So you usually want to set this filter to like 200-300, so you're not going to give likes to pictures with more than 300 likes. And this is going to make it much better for your account, because when you're actually liking a picture, the account that you're liking is going to notice you, because if the image had 2,000 likes, he would never notice your like. Yeah, and the exact same thing goes for comments, as you can see right here. So if an image or a video has like 200 comments, you're not going to want to comment on that video or picture because you're not going to get noticed. This is the part of the Gary Vee strategy, and you can basically automate it with this software super smoothly by choosing these specific settings. So for example, I wouldn't go over 20, so you're not interacting or commenting on images with more than 20 comments, because that way you're guaranteeing yourself being noticed by that page. Ideally though, you want to comment and like on pictures that has like only 2 or 3 comments, because that way you're basically guaranteed to get an engagement back from that person, and you're going to build a relationship, and it's a very high chance of them following you because of this. Right here it says something as well, and this basically means, this entire line here basically means that you can choose how old you want the images that you interact with be. So you can choose to not interact with images more than 1 day old, because that way you're guaranteeing yourself being noticed, because a person is not going to check like their post 2 weeks ago. So you don't want to interact with images on an account that is 2 weeks old. So by using this filter, you can choose to only interact with pictures or videos that are X amount of days old. Same goes with following. You can follow any user based on all the criteria above right here. Now another really powerful tool they have inside this automation software is that you can choose to only follow users with a minimum number of followers or a maximum number of followers. This is really important because you don't want to be following people that have like 50,000 followers, because they're not going to follow you back. You ideally want to follow people with like 50 followers to 500 followers, because those people have a higher chance of noticing you when you follow them, plus they're probably more likely to follow back because of that, because they're noticing you. Now you don't want to go below 50, for example. You don't want to follow people that have 0 followers, because that probably means their page is dead or something. Under here you also see they have some different things. Unfollow users who haven't been active on Instagram within a specific time frame. So if you're, for example, following someone and they don't post in like 5 months and there's no activity on the page, you can unfollow them, because you're probably not going to get a follow back from them when there's no activity on their page. Right here you can also see that you can filter out profiles that you do not want to follow. For example, if a profile has no profile picture, you do not want to follow them, and you can do this inside the software, filter that away. You can also do the same with if they don't have a name in their bio, or if they have no description in their bio. So it's basically a super easy way of filtering out people that potentially look like bots or fake accounts. Super many things you can do inside the software, which is pretty cool, because this allows you to get really targeted growth, and that is what you want. You don't want any people to follow you. You want really deep down targeted growth, and there's very few automation softwares. I've never seen any software doing this exact thing, having these exact settings, except for Rocket Grow, which you can't join, but this is basically the same, guys. So I highly recommend this one if you're ever going to choose one, because this one has the best settings, 100%, plus it's updated for the recent Instagram algorithm, because it launched now in April. Also, as you can see underneath here, you get a very detailed analytics of your page, which is really important and really powerful. You can really get good analytics without even having a business page. Most people upgrade to a business page, which has some upsides and downsides, but now you don't need to upgrade to a business page to get these powerful analytics. You can get them by just having this software and having your page implemented here. So you can track your growth, you can see your demographics and all that good stuff inside this tool, as you can see on the picture. As you can see here, there's also a lot of training videos showing you exactly how to use the software step by step. Now, if you read here as well, this is a really important part of the software, which really separates this software from any other software. And the reason is that they make everything look like a human being. All the automation is made to look like a human being actually doing it. So for example, say you've set the settings to like 10 pictures. The software is not going to go on your account and like 10 pictures in 10 seconds. As you can see here, it might like a photo, then wait a few minutes before liking another photo and then leaving a comment. So it's really human behavior. They're making the entire thing look like it's a human actually doing it. You can see this tool was built with artificial intelligence, so that when users get notifications that you are interacting with their profile, they won't be able to look at it and say, oh, that's being done with an automation software. It will look like a real human, guys. And that is really where this tool separates it from the masses. This helps you have more authentic conversations with interested prospects, and it makes the tool 100% safe to use. So rather than doing this, oh my god, that is such an amazing picture. Where did you take this? Question mark, earth emoji. You just do this. Use the software and have it all automated. Now this is super safe, guys, and I'm going to tell you why. Because when this software runs any activity on your account, they're using something called a proxy. Now a proxy is basically another computer which serves kind of like a hub, which internet requests are processed through. So when using a proxy for each account, they make the behavior look like it's actually a human being using the account and doing every single step of the actions that is being programmed for the account. However, if the server didn't use a proxy for the account, it would make it really vulnerable, and the chance of it being banned or punished is much higher. A lot of automation software does not have these proxies, which is typically found on cheaper automation softwares. So even though something is cheap and does seem just as good, it's not really like that. The quality is not there. Just compare a fake pair of Ray-Bans to a real pair of Ray-Bans. They look just the same, however the fake pair of Ray-Bans will break in your suitcase on your way home from Bahamas, but the real ones will not. So that is the automation software, guys. I'll leave a link down below if you want to check it out. Now guys, if you also want me to make a very detailed guide on how to use this automation software, basically a how-to guide on how to use the right settings, which settings you should use to get the maximum and best results for your account. If you want me to make a video like that, just drop a like on this video and also drop a comment down below saying that you want me to make a full tutorial on how to specifically use the settings for best results. That being said, guys, if you enjoyed the video, smash that like button. Again, go down below and check out the link, check out the software, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.